Business. Straight to the press review with Antonia. Perhaps not surprisingly, she's beginning here in France. The judge is handing down that verdict today, sounding the starting gun, really, for the 2027 presidential election campaign. Tell us what the press are saying the final hours before that verdict, Antonia.
Well, let's begin on the front page of L'Humanité, as today's verdict will decide who the far-right candidate is to be next year in the 2027 election. And the front page says essentially 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, the implication that it'll amount to the same far-right politics. There's also a play on words around the colour brown shirts. Allusion to fascism. Now, if you look at the subtitle, they say this is also, of course, beyond the casting of next year's election, a democratic and financial scandal. This is, of course, the alleged embezzlement of 4.5 million euros of EU Parliament money over 12 years to finance party political business. La Croix has the front page. The verdict no longer worries the National Rally. This as they have another candidate in waiting, once again, Jordan Bardella. And inside La Croix, they have this piece on the rock star-style welcome Bardella receives when he goes to different National Rally strongholds around France on the unofficial campaign trail. People say, we welcome him as we would Madonna. He's praised for his repartee, other times for his alleged good looks. And Marine Le Pen is described as having perhaps too many legal woes and too much baggage, given who her father is, even if some nevertheless express concerns about Jordan Bardella's relative inexperience. Let's have a look at some stats being tracked by Le Figaro. The one I want to draw your attention to here is that if you look at, this is the bar of Marine Le Pen's popularity, this is Jordan Bardella's, and you can see that in the last year or so, his has managed to overtake hers. So that's why La Croix are saying, in many ways, that, of course, the National Rally don't really need to worry. A bigger question, of course, will be what's next for Marine Le Pen if this doesn't go her way.
True. We shall follow it, of course, here on France 24. Now, China's launch of a long-range missile yesterday into the Pacific, coming as an unpleasant surprise to neighbours in the region, of course. What have you been reading on this?
Well, the Chinese Communist Party affiliated, run Global Times has on the front page hailing a successful launch of a dummy warhead from a nuclear submarine. They say the range of this apparatus is likely to exceed 8,000 kilometres. And in the inside pages, they explain that China's strategic nuclear forces will be a way of guaranteeing regional peace. As you can imagine, that's not how others in the region feel. The New Zealand Herald expressed concern on the front page, or they're quoting there, but concern is the word. The Australians say Fiji deal, China goes ballistic. This after Australia signed a defence pact with Fiji. China responded. Well, they say it wasn't a response, but hours later came this from China. Ballistic, of course, you don't need me to explain, it's a pun. The Herald Sun has Australia confronting Beijing over this nuclear-capable missile test in the South Pacific. The Deputy Prime Minister is quoted in there saying this wasn't so much a response to, this is not so much about the Fiji Pact, the Ocean of Peace Pact. It more implies something about the range that China is building and envisaging in terms of deploying nuclear capabilities. The Guardian has described the move by Beijing as provocation at best, coercion at worst, as China would like to see Australian vessels stay out of the South China Sea as they try and affirm their territorial, their regional claims to control in that area.
Finally, Antonia's going to finish with, an incredible racist spat, really. Can't stand the word spat, but I think it's a spat. The French striker Kylian Mbappé hitting back at a Paraguayan senator after an overtly racist tirade on social media, after the Blues, of course, sent Paraguay home from the World Cup on Saturday.
Yes, well, hold on to your hats. The language is very, very shocking. This Paraguayan senator describes Kylian Mbappé as a colonised Cameroon pretending to be French, describes him as arrogant and ugly and even bitter, which seems like perhaps a mischosen adjective, given that, of course, he won on Saturday, Paraguay didn't. She then doubled down, saying he never learnt to write and that he did not drink breast milk as a child. child, he suckled coconuts, and the most educated people he heard around him were chimpanzees. So in case there was any need to really dig in and spell out the racist tropes, she's left nothing to chance. Kylian Mbappe's response, though, was extremely composed. He did call her a detestable woman, unfit for her office, but she also said she does not represent Paraguay. He paid tribute to his adversaries of Saturday evening, to the passion and honour that characterised their World Cup campaign, but said to her, pictured here in his tweet, "Because of you, people are already forgetting their historic effort and the work of your players." He says she is the worst possible image of her country. She has since posted again, doubling down and saying she awaits an apology from Kylian Mbappé. She's had enough airtime, perhaps, for this hour. The president of France, though, has come out on social media saying one more goal for Mbappé, this time against racism. That is the support of Emmanuel Macron to the striker. And I'll leave you with what is the heartwarming takeaway from this story, which is this article that reflects the way a lot of people feel here from the magazine So Foot. Mbappé makes us proud to be French. This article describes Mbappe's response as a perfect mixture of Gaullist composure and common man's arrogance, and said the Paraguay match was an opportunity for France to really love its national team. And of course, everything they brushed off on Saturday night, they didn't always necessarily agree with all of the refereeing, but they walked away from that and they won. And of course, the football is what's ended up counting here.
Big favourites as well, of course, as the World Cup continues. We shall see if they continue to play as well as they have been. Thanks very much, Antonio, with the papers, and Charles with business. More coming up for you, though, straight after the break. A lot more analysis of Marie Le Pen straight after the break.